Hi, my name is Tony and I've had this laser for a couple of months now, and in this video I'll show you how you can use it to make some money. I spent the last 4 weeks testing and coming up with items you could sell in your shop, and because personal gifts are very popular right now, here is what I made using this laser. Engraved leather trays for keys, spare change and expensive watches, because nobody wants to spend a lot of money on a watch and immediately get it scratched on a table. First, I'm going to show you how to make these trays, and then I'll give you a great tip where and how to sell them to people who can afford these expensive watches. All you need is some plywood like this and some vegetable tanned leather. Start by downloading the free laser files I left in the video description, and then open the laser cutter and then launch the xTool Creative Space app. Next, click the image button and navigate to your downloads and pick the design you want to start with. The files will be imported at their actual size, so you don't need to change any settings. You're good to go. Before you start the laser, always make sure you measure the thickness of your material. You can refresh the picture at any time so you can see exactly what material you have inside the machine. This laser has 2 cameras that will allow you to see exactly where the laser will travel, so you can move or rotate your design accordingly. And this is my absolute feature of this laser, the ability to use these 2 cameras. Always test the strength and the speed of the laser on scraps, and remember these values for the next time you will be using the same materials. Another quick tip for you: after you finished your cut, don't immediately pick up the material. Open the cover and inspect the results without touching anything, in case the laser didn't go all the way through your material and you need to run another pass. There are 3 different pieces that make up these trays, and according to the thickness of your material, you will need a few pieces from each. So go ahead and glue them together. This one will be your base. I'll use 2 pieces for it, all right? This is the outer part that will push down from the side. Now, this centerpiece will give the tray its depth, so I'll need 3 of these pieces. Before you glue the center to the base, use a little bit of sandpaper to round those edges here and here, where the leather will make contact with the wood. Now grab some vegetable tan leather that's at least 6 ounces or 2.4 millimeters thick. Soak them into warm water for about 15 minutes and then place it in between the 2 pieces. This will also work if you want to glue a layer of chrome tan leather, as long as it's not too thick, all right? You can do vegetable and chrome tan leather. Same thing, wet the vegetable tan leather, apply glue, and after that you add the chrome tan piece on top of it between the trays and push down as hard as you can till there is no space in between the leather and the wood shapes, all right? Now you can use some weights to hold on, or you can use the holes to insert screws and gradually tighten them up. You can use whatever you want as long as you keep pressure on the shapes, all right? Then you have to leave the whole thing to dry at least 12 hours, all right? Once it's all bone dry, carefully remove the leather and maybe apply some leather balm or something, whatever you have, to give it a little bit of shine and protection. Next, I'll use a compass to mark the edge and then simply cut it out. If you want, you can mark a stitch line as well to add a little bit of character to your tray, just like I'm doing here. Last thing, use some paint for the edges and you are all done. You can also burnish them, whatever looks better. And if you want to further personalize these for you or for your client, you can engrave them with your logo or with a message, whatever you want. Here is how to do just that with the xTool P2 laser that I have right here. Click on the image, pick your logo file, insert the material underneath, place, rotate, and resize your design, measure the distance, and then set the laser to engrave. Okay, don't forget that. Input your preferred power and speed and click process. Again, it's that easy with this laser. And with the ability to engrave any design you want, the possibilities are endless. Here you can even do some batch engraving if you like, by copying and pasting the design right inside the workspace. Now, just how cool is that, right? Now, just like I promised, I'll tell you how you can sell something like this. First, take a couple of good pictures, then create a listing on Etsy or your own website, whatever. And then, after your item is ready to be sold, join a few Rolex or Omega enthusiast groups on Facebook. And then simply post your picture there. Don't say it's for sale, don't say you've made it, don't say anything. Just post the picture and say something like, you know, my watch will never get scratched again or something like that. And then just wait for the people to ask you how they can get one. If you made a good, enticing picture, I guarantee you will get a lot of requests, okay? So spend some time till you get that picture just right. Talking about pictures, have you noticed that? Well, I also made that with this laser engraver. It turns out if you place a LED strip under an engraved piece of plexiglass, as soon as you turn the lights on, this happens. Super cool piece to place on your desk, in your pictures, or again to make and sell with personalized engraved messages. Okay, I've got this on Amazon and I will leave a link for you in the video description if you want to get it, but I'm sure you can also make them if you put your mind to it. Once again, pick your design and click engrave. Although this kit comes with a square piece of plexiglass, you can cut your own shape instead and make these really unique. So these are just a couple of ways you can put this laser to work, especially if you own a little creative business like I do. I hope I gave you the ideas to start with. I'm sure you're gonna come up with your own. I'm gonna let you go and get back to work, all right? Peace.